Okay, now we're on to the next month, and now some more Teletubbies UK review episode things. This is the third month, and ironically, it's the third season. So let's start off with Butterfly. The opening scene, yes, actually, by the way, Butterfly, yeah, oh god. The opening scene is a scene. It's like half of it is stock footage, and the other half is just completely new footage. It's very ironic. But yeah. But yeah, they go down the slide and they come outside. They wave "uh-oh" to the camera, which is up in the sky for some odd reason. They give each other a big hug, and off screen they fall down, apparently. They get up, and this apparently happens. This is one of the few times when the windmill starts spinning. The Teletubbies are on screen at the same time as the windmill. In the background, you can see the windmill spinning with pink sparkles. Which I remember when I first saw this on YouTube a little while ago. I was kind of like a little freaked out, but not that much. And this is one of the last appearances of the original windmill whooshing sound that was heard in a lot of the earlier episodes. It would still be frequently heard in some later episodes, sometimes, not too often. And it would always be heard during the intro. I hate it when I get the hiccups. I swear, I keep getting the hiccups every time I talk too fast. But yeah. In the TV event, Poe's chosen. There's different audio that plays during the second time, kind of like what usually happens. But when it plays the first time, they use the audio of Dipsy's antenna lighting up and Dipsy getting chosen for a TV event instead of Poe. I remember when I first saw this, I was kind of freaked out by that. But yeah, it's a like TV event where like they're watching a bunch of butterflies. Oh dear God. But yeah, and then the next scene is a scene where they're flying a bunch of kites. Yeah, they have kites apparently. I don't know why they don't use them very often. This is the second and only appearance of them. One episode we saw Dipsy's kite in one episode that I already talked about. But yeah, they're all flying their kites, but everyone except for Poe wants to play with Lala's ball. So they gave the kites to Poe, and she starts flying, and it was crazy. The narrator's like, then the wind blew, and blew, and blew, and blew. I don't know why, that sounded so weird when he said that. But yeah, she's like flying past different spots in Teletubby Land. Mostly spots you see in most field shots on the show, apparently. But yeah. And like the Teletubbies see them, and all I'm thinking is like, don't just stand there, do something. Yeah, they're not even gonna help her. But then the wind dies, and she goes down the slide. When she goes down, the kites disappear, and she says love, and they say love Poe very much, or something. See, like, there was one episode called Tweet Tweet that had a segment involving a butterfly. Probably wondering why it's not in this episode. I don't know. But yeah. Actually, after that, in the Sunday special version, after they say love Poe very much, the Windmill Magical Vent tune is heard, and the baby sun is shown giggling, and it cuts to the windmill spinning for the magic tree. Then after that, they do the jumping dance. This is the last appearance of the original version of the jumping dance. Much later on in the series, we're gonna see a new version of the dance that's a little bit different. But yeah. And in this episode... Wait, is this the last episode? I don't know. Probably got that wrong, but yeah. I don't know. But just like in Our Pig Winnie, this one actually uses a shortened version of the dance where Tinky Winky is jumping and then he falls down, and it cuts to the footage of him rolling down the hill the second time he falls down. And then after that, the camera cuts to the voice trumpet. Lala's the missing Teletubby and Poe's the boo shouter. Now Carnival. I actually remember seeing this episode on Sprout On Demand, and when I saw the UK version of this episode, I was kind of confused. I was like very confused because it was completely different than in most other episodes, or than in the US version. So yeah, we have this opening scene from I Want to Be a Vet, where the Teletubbies are walking along the hills. The difference is the audio is different, like there's different music, and the voice actors re-record their dialogue. The scene is mirrored, which I didn't even notice until a little while ago. There's a different field shot. This has the same opening shot, but the field shot is different. Then the TV event. Dipsy's chosen, and there's different audio, apparently. And this was, like, absolutely weird, in my opinion. I actually remember seeing this on Sprout, and it did have the different audio. This was, like, the first time I've seen that happen in a Dipsy TV event, and not, like, Tinky Winky or Poe one or something. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. But yeah, like, these two kids are getting ready for special Carnival Day. They're dressing up and making costumes for a special parade, and yeah. And this was one of the first times I've seen this thing where after a TV event, the baby son is shown giggling, but she's heard screaming. This didn't happen in the US version, so I was actually kind of confused by this. Actually, in some foreign language versions, just as it cuts to, or just as it fades to the baby son giggling, you can actually hear Dipsy's antenna. This actually happens quite a few times in most foreign versions of Teletubbies episodes. I think it happened like Painting with Hands and Feet and other episodes that I can't remember. I think it was Our Pig Winnie. But yeah, that's all I can think of. And then they do the tiptoe dance. Yeah, this is the last UK episode to have the extended version. There will be a few US episodes that have it, but this was the last UK episode to have it. And yeah, I think this might have been the first time I saw the extended version. Though there was also a video on YouTube of this, but yeah. In this episode, there's a different audio clip of the Teletubbies cheering at the end that I swear isn't used in any other episodes with the tiptoe dance. And then, like, the next scene where Lala is playing a special game with her ball. Yeah, the narrator's like, I wonder if it's really true that Lala throws and catches her ball, too. Yeah, she's, like, throwing her ball all around Teletubby Land. She catches it when it bounces back to her. But yeah, apparently, this scene was actually kind of weird, in my opinion. But then, they do the magic house, and, in this episode, when the magic house begins, the audio of the Teletubbies giggling from the three ships is heard, which I never even noticed that, but yeah. But yeah, and it's the bottom left window version, which is the most scariest version of this event ever. Yeah, just don't watch it. It's, like, way too scary. I swear, I'm more scared of that than the lion and bear. But yeah. And, like, something weird happens. Like, after that, the windmill stopping sound is heard twice when it shows stopping. Yeah, I remember when I saw this episode on YouTube, the copy of the episode that was uploaded, like, there were a lot of audio glitches and stuff, and sometimes the video would go out of sync, and I kind of thought that's why that happened. But then, a little while ago, the official Teletubbies YouTube page uploaded the episode in much better quality, and it indeed happened, and I was confused. Oh, and by the way, a lot of these episodes, I've been doing, like, when I was, like, making this document, I noticed a lot of these episodes have Lala being the missing Teletubby and Poe being the boo shouter, and that's what happens here as well, apparently. Not only that, a lot of episodes have the baby son screaming while she's giggling after a TV event. Only about a few episodes I can think of don't have that. I would count them all, but I already did, but I'll leave that in the description, probably. Next up is Naughty Sock. with the word naughty in it. I'm betting it's a funny lady episode. Spoiler alert, it is. So this opening scene, like the Teletubbies are coming up to the camera one by one, but they're wondering where Poe is. Much like in the rolling segment, when Poe's antenna is like seen just sitting still in the background. Here the same thing happens just before Poe appears. But yeah. And then like something weird happens. The Teletubbies are giving each other a big hug. They hear the windmill spinning. They look at the windmill spinning and they already say, uh-oh, and it cuts to, like, the windmill spinning for a TV event without them running off. Apparently, this isn't the only episode where that happens. And, yeah, that was just so weird. But, yeah, the TV event, Tinky Winky's chosen, and they use different audio. So, yeah, the TV event is about a funny lady talking about a naughty snake. Oh, dear God. I'm gonna look up the episode for a little bit, see what the scene is about. Okay, apparently what I think is going on is, like, the snake is supposed to be, like, dusting around or something, and it's, like, hiding in different places, I don't know. And then after that is a scene where Poe is being very naughty. Yeah, she's, like, going all around the house and stuff. This voice trumpet appears and says, round and round and round and round and round. Okay, this was the first time Simon Sheldon performed Tinky Winky, actually, at this scene. But he only appears in this scene. But yeah, if you notice, he does more like a little kitty type, performance for Tinky Winky. As Dave Thompson as the puppeteer, and Mark Hanahan, I think that's how I pronounce it, as the voice. They gave him more of a manly, like, type role or something. But yeah, apparently. So yeah, this is like one of the craziest things ever. Actually, I think Tinky Winky joins along with Poe in this scene, and then Nunu, like, randomly teleports. Like, at one point, he's, like, not there, and then suddenly he's, like, right next to the control panel. And then they do the round and round dance. It's kind of like the same version from Washing the Bus, because it, like, kind of starts the same and ends the same, except there's a different audio clip of the Teletubbies cheering at the end. Dipsy's the missing Teletubby, and Lala's the boo shouter. I think that also happens quite a lot in this season. But yeah. Now, guessing game is where Poe takes her scooter indoors, apparently. The Teletubbies all come in one by one, but they don't know where Poe is. And then they hear her scooter, and the naughty Nunu music starts playing, and then she just chases them. At one point, there's music from Play with the Teletubbies that appears when she's about to come in. I forget where in the game it plays, but I'll have to look it up. I'll probably get back to you on this. But yeah, and it has the zoomed out window windmill clip. And yeah, and they watch the TV event. Lala is chosen, and they use different audio. And like in this one, some kids are playing like a guessing game, trying to like a blindfold, and like trying to guess what they're feeling, like an orange or like a box of macaroni or something. And then after that, there's like a book appears. Yeah, Lala finds a book where that has a picture of some rabbits. Yeah, it helps her count. She's counting 3 rabbits that appears. One that hops over a hill that comes out of a rabbit hole, and one from behind a bush. Usually the books that appear in Teletubby Land would disappear, but this one does not. Also, flower in one part randomly changes colors. And there also used to be a Flash game out of this, which I think I used to play, I don't know. In the Sunday special version after that, they do the shortened version of the walking dance, and one of the weirdest things I've heard happens. After that, the baby son is shown giggling, and then it shows the bird's eye view windmill clip, and it just cuts to the windmill stopping without showing the Teletubbies saying, uh-oh. I cannot believe that happened. I call that fake. I kind of think that's fake, but I don't know. Lala's the missing Teletubby and Poe's the Boo Shouter again. And some additional facts, Dave Thompson's not credited in this episode. I don't know why. And, this was the first time we see the new Lala costume, for this, later episodes. I don't really know how it's different, but yeah, but that's it for now.